conference will now be recorded.
Fine. So in today's session, we will be talking about digital manufacturing. Digital manufacturing is the standalone application provided by the SAP on Cloud S/4HANA that uh, integrates the shop floor execution with the S/4HANA with the help of BTP uh, software. Okay, so I'll show you the concept of DMC in the slides, and I'll show you how the data is synced and what are the benefits or what is the actual application or the use of the DMC. Okay. So in this session, we will see the overview like design to operate process flow, uh, and then the digital manufacturing portfolio execution and insight. So basically, how the process is executed in the digital manufacturing software, and then after execution, how are we looking uh, at the insights? That is nothing but the analytical view of the processes that are being executed. Uh, that we will see, and then the high level capabilities of the DMC, like how DMC is useful from the manufacturing point of view, that is from the shop floor execution point of view, quality management point of view, like how do we confirm the yield or the scrap or non-conformance quantity and all, and then resource and order management. So basically, uh, the capacity planning or the available resources uh, that we will see in this topic. And after that, we will see the connectivity between the BTP and then uh, our roles in the BTP, and then the uh, accessing the DMC application. How do we access, and what are the basically views, catalogs, and then uh, the Fury tiles that we get in the DMC. Okay. And after that, we will understand what are the plant, what are the work center resources, uh, and then the routing, recipe, and the order life cycle. So basically, how do we execute the order? How do we, uh, perform the uh, operation confirmation and all. Okay. And then the next thing is shop floor worker experience. So basically, this DMC application is filling the gap between the planner and the executor. So basically, the technicians uh, or the person who is actually performing the job on the shop floor is able to maintain all this information in the DMC, and the person who have already planned the activities, that gap or the information is very much real time, and that's why there is no gap, or there is no uh, discrepancy between executor and the planner. Okay. So the building products in DMC, the DMC is pretty much compatible for both the industries, like process industry and then the discrete industry. Okay. So we will see how the SFCs, or how the operations go into queue, and then how do we start and how do we confirm the operations. Okay. So in the module 3, we will see the setting up the shop floor, like how do we define the plant. So basically, everything that we configure in digital manufacturing is around the plant. Okay, so each plant have its own set of activities, or you can say the different set of tiles, Fury tiles in the uh, digital manufacturing. So here there will be any question? Okay. So here there will be a difference between the process and discrete discrete industries. Like there will be a difference from the nomenclature point of view, that I will tell you what is the difference. And we will try to understand both these industries. However, as per the introduction, I understood that most of the people are from the pharmaceutical or from FMCG background. So I will be focusing mostly on the process industry. Is that fine?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I'll
fine.
take it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have the integration between the master data and the just Yeah, so we have the integration between the master data and the transaction data from the S4. So the architecture of the DM application is like we have the S4 system, or we can also connect the ECC system with the DM software. Okay, so we have the S4 system, and then the DM, and then the BTP, and then any external system, like we have the uh, Pico, and then plant connectivity, and then we have different equipments or any external SCADA system, or any any uh, MI system, and so on. Okay. So here we will see how basically the execution happens from the creating and the releasing point of view. So basically, whenever we will create any process order in the S4 system, and we create once we release it for the execution, then it will appear in the digital manufacturing application, DM application. I'll just going forward, I'll just mention it as a DM application for the digital manufacturing application. Okay, and then the floor, stock, and assembly, that we will see how the stock is displayed, how the operations are displayed, and how the consumption will happen. And then the parametric data collection. So as I mentioned that multiple environments, or uh, multiple softwares can be integrated with the DM. So basically, SCADA or other uh, any other system that can be integrated with the uh, DM. So that is nothing but the parametric data collection. And also this can be very real time scenario, or a real time example where we can get all this information. And then the work instructions. So basically, we already mentioned all the operations in the routing, or uh, in the recipe. But however, if there is any more information that we want to convey, or if we want to pass it over to the executor, then we can assign the work instructions to the operations in the form of text, image, PDF, or video. And the non-conformance management, as I mentioned, that from the quality management point of view, uh, we have the option to mention the NC codes, that is non-conformance codes, where we can, with the help of the NC codes, we can enter the rework, or the scrap, or the deviation uh, quantity from at the time of operation confirmation. And then the managing users and certifications. So basically, whoever is the executor, or the person who is responsible for the execution of an operation, we can assign the certificate. So just to ensure that the qualified person is executing that operation. So that is all is assigned in the operation level, and that will be helpful for the better control, and it will ensure the accountability and quality of the work. Okay. And the WIP control, that means when we will have any specific operation and that we have to perform with the approval. Okay, in that case we have the BIOPS. Like if you have seen the concept of digital signature. Okay, in that case someone is uh, performing a specific activity, and there is another person who is approving that specific maybe usage decision or the result recording. Mostly we use this digital signature in case of result recording and usage decision from the QM point of view. If you know, then we have the option of BIOPS also, so that there will be a secondary person who can validate the results and approve it. Okay. And then again, the connectivity. So basically we have the multiple peripheral devices and multiple integrations with the different systems like Ariba and then PM, QM, and so on. So all that we will discuss in module 12. Okay. And then uh, machine models. So as I mentioned, for the peripheral devices we need the pico, and then for the SAP connectivity we will need the SAP cloud connector. So as I mentioned, that we will have the uh, intermediate system, that is the BTP. Okay, so for that connection we will need the SAP cloud connector and so on. Okay. And then service provider. So basically we can also have this visibility to our partners in execution. Like for example, we have some vendor or the customer who also wants to see the exact update or exact progress of the execution. Then in that case we can also enable the uh, partner functions, and then we can enable this view to the customer or the vendor who is involved in the execution. Okay. And then we have the machine model core components, that it can be integrated or uh, it can be used along with the plant maintenance module from the downtime point of view, from the performance point of view, from the OEE point of view. Like if you want to calculate the overall equipment efficiency, that we can do in this machine model core. Okay. And as I mentioned, the similarly with the equipment connectivity. Okay. So we as I mentioned, that this is very much useful for the shop floor person. So we can add the views, or we can customize the view as per the requirement of the shop floor person. Like we basically create the pods in the DMC, and that pod is configurable uh, from the UI point of view. So however, the way you want the things to be displayed in the dashboard, that can be customizable from the like lift and shift point of view. Like I will say that drag and drop, sorry, not lift and shift, drag and drop. Like for example, you can add uh, some buttons in the screen, you can remove, you can adjust the buttons, you can adjust the size, font, and so on. All that can be configurable from the uh, design point of view. Okay. And in the beginning of the session I mentioned that it is very much integrated with the master data and the transaction data. So the material, BOM, work center, resources, uh, this routing, and then recipe, all that stuff is integrated. So for the integration, we mostly use the SAP CPI APIs. These APIs are very much standard, and as since DMC is still, it's a standalone application, so it's still evolving, and SAP is releasing the APIs after every 3 months or as per their schedule. So whatever is the list of APIs, standard APIs is available. That will be displayed in the business accelerator hub. Okay, and then the MES integration. So DMC is kind of improvised version of the MES, or we can also replace the MES system with the DMC, so that that there will be a real time uh, information available to the planner.
Hey
Okay.
Vikram, can
Yeah.
I stop you for a moment here?
Yeah. Sure.
So I was just curious to know, like, are the companies uh, moving or switching from traditional MES system to DMC? How the
Mhm.
transformation trend is currently ongoing in the market? That's one thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have any subsequent question, or we can address this one?
No, please address this one.
Okay, so basically, as I mentioned, that DMC is the standalone application, and it can be used with MES, or it can definitely replace the MES. From the cost saving point of view, if we want to integrate all this stuff and all the modules from the SAP, and for the better decision taking. Uh, uh, Decision taking abilities, companies are definitely moving to DMC, because if they're already on S4 HANA, and if they again your MES, if they're again using MES, that means there is more cost involved. So from the cost point of view, and from the efficiency, and the most importantly from the connectivity point of view, because DMC can be integrated with Ariba and all the other SAP applications, and all the SAP plugins. So that's why most of the time the DMC is preferred than uh, MES system. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay, sounds good.
people are
Sounds good.
moving from. Okay.
Okay, and one more thing related to the similar subject topic.
Mhm.
Uh, there, I have seen like companies using Siemens, Optica, or some other MES applications are there. I have never seen like companies preferring SAP MES. So, is there any like with this digital manufacturing cloud? Uh, has SAP came up with something a kind of a new approach to bring some more advantages than the other third-party MES applications?
Mm, yeah, I mean, as I mentioned, that it is standalone application, and it is still evolving. So, as per my understanding, every quarter they are releasing some new updates and new improvements in the DM software. So yeah, I mean, it's still evolving. I would not say that it's a perfect one, but yeah, there are improvements as I have seen from the couple of years.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Any other question?
No, no, that's fine so far. Yeah, please carry on. Sorry to trouble you.
No, it's okay, fine. Uh, so the DMC is used in process and discrete manufacturing companies. So this could be the customers of the DMC software. Okay. So now I will just deep dive uh, into the modules and the topics that we discussed. Okay. So before that, I would like to ask if there is any question that you want me to address, or we are good so far. Okay, I'll take it as yes, and I'll just go ahead. So, resource type concept. So, as I mentioned, that every equipment or every work center, from the production point of view, that will be considered as the resource in the DM. So, a resource type is a category of equipment required to perform the work at operation. Okay. So, whenever we will log in into DM, then we will see the app called Manage Resources. Okay, in the managed resources, we will have to define a resource, and we have to assign that resource to a specific asset and the work center, so that there will be a sync between the work center uh, uh, and the resource in DM. Okay, so this is for from the execution point of view. So DMC E, that is nothing but from the execution point of view. So resource types control which machine are available in the POD operator when executing the production operating. Okay, so as I mentioned that every person who is using the DM will have the pod, that is uh, process order or the production order dashboard. Okay, so basically in this dashboard we can see what are the resources available, what are the what is the load on the resources, what is the exact condition of the resource, how much how much is the uptime or the downtime of that resource, and so on. So that is nothing but the resource in the DM. Okay, uh, resources and the resource type example, as I mentioned that these are nothing but the uh, resource types and the description. So whatever is the machine or uh, whatever is the thing that will be used for the production, that is the uh, resource type. So as you can see, arc welder, assembly, and then inspection, lighters, light testers, and so on. Okay. And then the operation activity concept. So basically, as we already know, I hope you must have seen the routing or recipe from your experience point of view. So in DMC also we have the same thing, that is the operation activity. So the basic step in the manufacturing process is the sequence of activities that we need to perform for the production of a specific product, that is the operation activity. So it is a sequential uh, step of activities that we need to perform for the production. Okay. Yeah, similarly, the routing is a fixed sequence, as I mentioned. Routing, or the person who are already working in the process industry, that will refer it as the recipe. Okay, but both the things are one and the same from the recipe point of view. That is a sequence of the work steps that we need to carry out the production. Okay, and defining routing on the shop floor enables the production process to be mod- modeled within the system. So basically we have the we have the SFCs created for the operation, so that we will control the execution of the production. So from the DM point of view, we can see what is the actual start, or what is the exact status of the operation, if it is started, if it is in queue, if it is no, if it is finished, and so on. So all this information can be displayed in the pod. So I'll show you how the pod will look like. Okay. Operation and routing example. So these are very much straightforward examples that are displayed here. Like we have uh, we have this arc weld and arc weld 5 and 6 machine, and then we have these booths, and then this is the from the execution point of view, that we will have to weld and then assemble and the paint. These are the operations that we have to perform in the machine. And once the operations are performed, then we will see the exact outcome or exact result of the execution. Okay, so recipe concept is again a same thing as routing. Here we have the component data, work instructions, and the data collection groups. Like as I mentioned that the every industry will have a specific set of master data and transaction data. So from the process point of view, we have the component and the work instruction. That is the new thing in the DM. So in S4, you will not see some the instructions, but however in DM, we can see the instructions as an additional information. So this is just for information. It will not have any impact on the execution. It can have the diagrams, it can have the videos, or it can have PDF for the execution info for the execution. Okay, the bomb components.
Vikram,
I hope.
Vikram, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, this is Ram. Can you go 2 slides back where you're showing how is the process going? Yeah, this one, for example. Are you saying these are the operation or the process that you're defining in DM, or it is coming from the manufacturing side and you're just displaying accordingly?
Okay, so this is very generic information, like how what are the things that we have in the S4 and DM. It's from the process point of view. Like these are the machines, or these are the resources that we define in the DM, and then these are the operations that we will define in the DM.
Yeah, but still these operations should come from the process side or the manufacturing side, right? You're just
Yeah, yeah,
making
from the
mention.
S4 system. Yes.
Okay, okay. Understood. Thank you.
I hope I answered your question. Or
Yes,
uh,
correct, correct.
yeah.
Understood.
So basically, we will not define all this information in DM, but in
Okay,
the S4 system. So in from data management point of view, we will use the S4 system, and from the execution point of view, mostly we will use the DM.
okay.
Yeah.
Uh, Vikram, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you get the data from here to SAP?
Okay, so as I mentioned, we have the BTP connection and cloud connector. So with the help of these connections, and this is on cloud. So basically, this is in the public cloud, and with the help of these connectors, cloud connector, and the APIs that we have, the SAP system and the DM system is connected with each other.
Yeah, but SAP system, to which system it going to get the data from it?
Mm, SAP from which system? I didn't get that. Can you
No,
please?
no, no. Like, if you wanted to get the data from the shop floor, you need to communicate within some particular devices or connectors which
Uh-huh.
communicate within the particular device. So, what
Uh-huh.
device that you are talking with that to get the information from the shop floor?
Okay. Okay, I understood. So basically, we have the machine, okay, and machine can be integrated with other peripheral systems. Let's take an example of SCADA, okay, and
Mm-hmm,
then we have the historian server, okay,
mm-hmm.
and what happens is historian server will give the information to DM, okay, and then DM will process the data, and then DM will transfer the data with the help of cloud connector and the BTP to S4 system. So the flow is like from the machine, from the historian, and then the DM, and then BTP, and then to SAP.
Okay. And is this a real time sharing the
Yeah,
data?
this is very much a real time. But the thing is, at the some point of view, you have to refresh the screen, or you have
Hmm.
to reload to see what is the again the new information. But it's not that frequent to understand. But this is very much real time than the S4.
Okay. Fine, fine. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Any other question?
Yeah, that's it from me.
Okay.
So, can you hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, actually, from DM to S4, so everything will be through the API calls, right? Or only like
Yes.
how it will be?
API. You can these are, as I mentioned, in the business
Mm.
accelerator hub. You can find all these standard APIs which are which are provided by SAP.
Okay. So whenever the IDOCs, everything will be the push method, right?
Yep.
That
Yes.
is also through API calls, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you proceed?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Welcome, this is Ashok. Sorry to interrupt.
Welcome.
Only BTP is the main connector, or we need to use integration separate tools like a CPA like that for S4 to our DM system.
No, BTP is the one, because this is very much clean core. So when we say clean core, that means whatever the customization or whatever the thing that we are going to do, that will happen in BTP. So yeah, we have to use BTP here.
Okay, there is no involvement for the integration suite in DM to SS4 HANA, right?
No, only BTP.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so coming to the BOM and the components, this is nothing but the list of materials that will be used for the production of the semi-finished or the finished material. I hope you all must be aware about this BOM concept. Okay. Now here we have the floor stock and inventory. So basically uh, the SAP DM is integrated with um, multiple SAP products like EWM, and then Success Factor, and then Ariba, and so on. So, so the process flow is like from the warehouse, we will create a process order or the production order, and then it will be it will have the master data like work center or the operations from the routing, and then similarly we can have this production order from the uh, uh, available material, and then the operations that we have in the S4 system. Okay, so the warehouse inventory is basically uh, connected to the DM and to the production order. So coming to this slide, this is very much the screen that we will see in the DM. So as you can see, the production operator dashboards. So in my previous module or the topics, I must have use the word pod. Okay, so that is nothing but the production operator dashboard. So uh, production operator dashboard, in the short and simple words, we can define it uh, as the screen that we want to see from the planner point of view, from the technician point of view, from the from the execution point of view, and from the resource point of view. So this is nothing but the uh, screen that we how do we want to see the screen, and how do we want to process the activities from that specific person point of view. Okay, so this is the operation activity pod, and this is the work center pod. So if any person is I mean, we have a business scenario, okay, where a single person is responsible to carry out multiple operations. Okay, so in that case we will use the operation activity pod. Okay, so that he doesn't have to switch the screens, he doesn't have to go to the uh, uh, multiple transactions to see all the information, or the progress, or the current status of the execution. But however, if multiple persons are involved in the execution of the process order, in that case we will use the work center pod. So in the work center pod, we have multiple operations, and then multiple persons or the resources, or the or the shop floor persons who are executing this order. then in that case we will use this work center pod. Okay, so that is the difference between the pods, but however the concept or the sequence of these two pods will be the same, but as I mentioned, this is purely UI point of view. So what do you want to see in the screen will define the the pod, like what are the buttons, what are the actions, what are the columns that you want to see. That all will be defined in that specific pod. Okay. Similarly, we have multiple pods, like this is the order pod, like uh, in this dashboard what is the execution status of the specific order, and then who is responsible to execute that specific order, or um, the uh, the quantity and the approvals and so on. All these details will be displayed in this order pod. So I already mentioned or explained this slide before, that how the operation activity pod will work. So these are the set of operations that will be performed on line one by a same person, and that's why we will use the operation pod for that specific person. And if multiple person are using or responsible for the execution, in that case we will use the work center pod. Okay, so shop orders and shop floor control numbers. So basically whatever the operations, or whatever is the execution factor that we will define, that will be known by the name of shop floor control. So SFC is the abbreviation for the shop floor control. So whatever is the sequence, like a sequence of the operations that will be performed from the shop floor control point of view. Okay, so tracking work through the routing. So basically we have the SFCs assigned to the operation. So this SFC FL001, that is assigned to the operation 1, and then 2 to the operation 2, and so on. So as I mentioned, from the execution point of view, we will consider this as the SFC in the DM, and similarly the routing in the S4. Okay. Now viewing the work instruction, as I mentioned, that this is the additional thing that we will see in DM from the execution point of view. So it can be text, URL, or the file-based information for the operation execution. So how will we know the exact status of the operation? So to know the exact status from the SFC point of view, we all the SFCs will be in queue before execution. So once the executor or the person who is on shop floor will select the operation or the SFC and put it in work, or he will start the SFC, in that case the status will change from in queue to in start, and so on. I mean, he will have all the control to to start or stop the or pause the specific SFC in DM. Okay. Similarly, you can again uh, complete the SFC, and once this SFC is completed, then only the next subsequent SFC will come into picture, and that will be executed. Okay. So
Vikram,
yeah,
Santosh here.
yeah.
So if you go to the previous slide where you mentioned that for each operations you can have different SFCs, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
So if you have a SFCs for each operations, and my
Mhm.
milestone operation is the final operation,
Mhm.
then the first operation has like one SFC. how do you interlink with the next operations? Let's say like in the final operation, I can do the GR,
Okay.
and if I have any rejection in between, so how do I track like from which SFC it is followed? Like, do we have any like link between the previous SFCs which has started from Operation 10?
Yeah, these all SFCs are interlinked basically. So you mean to say like how can we backtrack? Is it?
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. So all these SFCs are basically interlinked, and there is a sequence of these SFCs. So you can definitely see which one is finished or which one is started after that specific SFC, and you will know the status of that SFC. And history is always there in the DM, and you
Mm-hmm.
can also see the analytical view. So uh, I think I did not mention the SAC. So the DM is also connected to the SAP's analytical tool, that is SAC,
Mm-hmm.
SAP Analytical Cloud. So at the real time point of view, you can also see the progress in the SAC dashboards and the analytical view.
Okay.
Okay. Fine. So this is very much. I mean, the DM is very much important, or plays the vital role from the uh, from the digitalizing the shop floor experience. So whatever the manual data collection that the person was doing before DM implementation is kind of gone or can be replaced excuse, or can be improvised. So the weld counts, the tool usage, or the dies that are used, or uh, from the equipment performance point of view, or if we have the measuring points for the equipments, all that can be made simple with the DM. Okay, so this is the product assembly genealogy. So as I mentioned that these are the SFCs. So we have one SFC for the lifter assembly, and we have a different SFC for the vehicle assembly. Okay, and then all once this can be interlinked with this SFC for forklift. Okay, so accessing the Pod Designer app. So, as I mentioned, Pod is nothing but the UI, or the dashboard, that how we want to see this stuff. So we have this app called Pod Designer. So in this app, we can add uh, we can add a custom or the business required uh, screen from the execution point of view. So we can design the pod as per our requirement in the Pod Designer app. So I'll show more in the system, but just for your information, we can access this with the manufacturing configuration and then the Pod Designer app. Okay. So yeah, you can imagine it as the DM software that is being controlled by a specific person. Okay, and then we have the BTP with the cloud connector as an intermediate, and then the S4 system. Yeah, so Pod Designer, as I mentioned, we can design this entire screen. So this is how it will look like. In the left side, we have the controls, like what will be the horizontal bar, vertical bar, and then what are the buttons that we have to display, what are the plugins that we have to add. That all information can be displayed here. So as I mentioned, this is very much like a drag and drop kind of system. So these all information will be displayed in this specific pod, like these are the operations, or these are the actions that a person wants to perform. And then what are the buttons that are available in the pod. Okay. And plant digital manufacturing. So this is very much generic terminologies that we use, that what is the plant, and the plant is the area where you manufacture the product in. So it remains the same in DM. Okay. And the most important thing is everything will be managed, or everything will be configured from the plant point of view in DM. So we have the managed plants app in the DM. So we have to define the plant, and we have to assign the roles and responsibilities in this app, so that the person from the plant can access the app, or or can perform the activities in DM. Yeah, so this is how it will look like in DM, that we have the person, and then we have the settings. So in the settings, we define the plant, or we assign the plant to the person, so that he can perform the activities in that plant. Okay. Yeah, and this is the difference between the process and discrete. As I already mentioned that in discrete it will be routing, recipe, and operation phase, uh, and so on. Okay, so resources, as I already mentioned, that these are again the equipments or the machines that will be responsible for the production. And in DM we have the app called Manage Resources. So basically, all this information that we create in DM will have a separate tile. It is very much similar to the Fury Launchpad that you see in the S4 HANA. But again, since this is a standalone application, we have to configure it uh, as per the as per the user preference, or the planner preference. Okay. So yeah, this is again the resources from the process and the discrete industry point of view. We have the different resource types, we already discussed it. Yeah, and to define these resource types, we have the app called Manage Resource Types. So the this is very much a specific catalog that we get in the DM. So if you can imagine, or if you can recall the screen of the Fury Launchpad, we have the tiles, and then groups, and then spaces, and so on. So the same concept will be followed here in DM. That is, the uh, catalog is manufacturing master data management, and then we have the app called Manage Resource Types. Okay. And then again, these are the work centers. Work center is generally a specific location in the plant where the inventory is managed, processed, or stored. Okay. And a sequence of resources required to produce the or assemble the material. So this is also again the same concept as S4. And it can be a work center can be created with this app, that is Manage Work Centers. Okay. And the operations, again, this is nothing but the set of predefined activities that will be executed one after another in DM. We have the Manage Operations app in the DM. Okay, so the normal operation activities, this operation activity is a standard manufacturing process. And special operation activity, this is operation activity that can have special capabilities to operate the SFCs outside normal routing. So as I mentioned that the operations, or the uh, activities, are defined as SFC in DM. Okay. So the routing is DM is again the same concept that I mentioned, which can be maintained in this app called Manage Routing. So this is very straightforward to know to know where you have to maintain the data in DM. There will not be much difference between S4 system or what you have in the classic system that we use as a consultant from the DM. But the only changes that we will see in DM is from the UI point of view and from the integration point of view, that we will have the pods and then SFCs and so on. But however, all the other stuff that we have from the S4 point of view, that will remain the same in DM. Okay, so this is how the operations will look like in DM. Like we have the activity which must be finished, or we can define the relation between the activities. Like this should be finished, this should be started after it gets finished, or it can be started along with the second operation. So all this relation between the operations can be displayed in DM. Okay, so as you can see, this is the screen that we will see in the DM, where we can have the queue decision. So these are the drop downs that are available, like who can perform that specific activity. That if it is the same person or the next person has to, next operator have to uh, complete that activity, or if there is any operation activity group type, like return to any activity or return to previous activity. So that is the relation that I mentioned between the activities. So all we already know that every uh, in DM Cloud for execution, material groups are created and maintained in the material managed material groups app. So again, the material groups which are used in the material management point of view are managed in this managed material groups app. I hope you must all be aware about this material management basic terminologies like material group, material type, and so on. So all that is integrated with DMC execution. Again,
So,
we can, yep.
quick question. So,
Yeah.
material masters will be integrated from S4 to DMC. However,
Yes.
like, does DMC has all the fields which are like available in S4, or does it has only the required fields which are needed for execution?
A required field, because we can definitely not manage, or we can definitely not change, or we cannot modify the material details. But however, whatever information is available in S4 for a specific material, that will be available in DM.
So let's say like if we don't have any fields in DMC and we need
Mhm.
one of the specific field to like maybe for insights or maybe for execution point of view, can
Mhm.
we add that particular field in DMC material mass?
You mean to say customization, is it?
Correct.
Uh, okay. I believe that is possible, but I'll check on that. Like,
Okay.
you mean to say a custom field in Material Master and DM both at the same time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll check on
So
that.
maybe like it is standard field in S4 HANA, but that field is not available in DMC.
Uh-huh.
So if you want to add that particular field in DMC to just sync that data, and we will be using that particular field for some other use in DMC.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So is
I'll
it
check that,
possible to
and
add? Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
I'll check that and I'll get back to you. Okay. Any other question?
No, I'm good.
So the setting up the materials is definitely the job of the materials management consultant, or the MDM team. So they will define these materials as they do in the present situation, and then the materials will be displayed in the BOM routing and the building data. Okay, so material groups. So similarly, the materials are grouped in the DMC, which are, the material groups that we have in the materials management. The same will be used in the DMC. Okay, and the bill of material can be managed in the app. Manage bill of materials, and then manage next number. So following next numbers patterns can be defined in the DMC. So SFC release, like as I previously mentioned, that SFC will, all the SFCs will be in queue before execution. So how do you want to release the SFCs, that we can define in this DM, and then the incident number, batch number, and the inventory receipt. So we can also perform the goods receipt in the DM. So all that stuff, all that information can be managed in this app. Manage next numbers. uh, Production order types. So the order oriented production of process orders, period and quantity oriented production with production orders. Okay, so this is again very much generic to the S4 system. So all the production order related information can be accessed in this app called manage orders. Okay, so releasing shop order to production. So uh, the all the planning of the production order can be done in S4. Okay, and we once we have the DM connected to the S4 system, then we'll get the option called release for production. Okay, so once we release for production, or once we release the order from the S4 system, then only it will be displayed in the DM for the further execution. Okay, so this is the this is the crucial step that we need to understand from the connectivity point of view. So if the order is not still ready for release, or ready for execution, in that case it will not be displayed in the DM. But however, once it is ready and it will be released for execution, then only it will be displayed in DM. Okay, we have the app called manage floor stock to, again, to check what is the available stock, uh, what is again the conventional terminologies like unrestricted, blocked, and queue, inspection stock, and so on. Okay, so this is very much real-time information that we'll get in DM, working with the floor stock. uh, Product assembly, again the same thing as the as per the routing and the bomb. Data collection overview. So the purpose of data collection is gathering additional information about the product that is being produced. Okay, monitoring the manufacturing process to assure quality. So from the quality point of view, we can record the non-conformance of the product, the quantity, and we can check how much is scrap and how much is the defective, or how much is the actual yield, and so on, in this data collection point of view. That the app to access this data collection is the manage data collection. Okay, and this is how it will look like, uh, the screen of the app, and these are the parameters. Okay, so identify, analyze, and then resolve. So we will, from the non-conformance point of view, we will identify what is the defective quantity, or what is the defective material that we have. And then once we have it, once we have it determined, then we can assign the NC code, that is non-conformance code. And then we can also create a rework order for that specific quantity from the resolve point of view. Okay, so this is how we will just analyze and resolve the non-conformance of the defective material. So again, we have a specific app to define the non-conformance codes. So this is the manage non-conformance codes app, where we can define and we can, assign the subsequent um, steps to that specific code. Yeah. So this is how uh, you can imagine, or you can uh, relate it to the uh, uh, these non-conformance codes to the catalog codes, or the uh, group, and then group code, code group, and coding, and so on. Okay, so these are the group and the codes. Yeah, we can maintain in this app. Yeah, so this is how we can we can capture the NC with the code component and the commit. Okay. Yeah, and as I mentioned, that we can also create a rework order. So basically, if there is a fail, then I mean, if there is any operation the uh, where we found the defective material, or if there are any NCs, then we can analyze and then repair, and again we can put it in the process, so that the rework path will be followed for that specific material. Okay. Manage users and authorizations. So here we have the same concept of catalog, and then the same as Fury authorization. So we have the uh, roles which are created, and then for the Fury specific point of view, we have the uh, we have the business roles, and then catalogs, and then spaces, and so on. All these are same here in the DM as well. Okay. And from the BTP point of view, we create a user group, and then we configure the role collection, and then we assign the accounts and sub accounts from the security point of view, and then we activate the user account. So all this is done in the user manage user assignments app, and these are the user settings. So if you can click here on after logging in, then you will get these settings. Okay, in these settings you can define the language, appearance, homepage, plant, and so on. So just to ensure the exact person is performing the activity, we define the certificates. Okay, so the certificates can be for a specific material, operation, or a resource. So the only person, or the only user to whom the certificate is assigned, that person can be able to execute that operation, or the SFC. Otherwise he can get the error, or the warning while performing that activity. Okay, so these are the material, operations, and the resource. So manage holds is the application where we maintain this information. So the manage BIOS is the application where we manage these digital signatures. Like it's not a signature, but BIOS from the DM point of view, that the second person will approve whatever is performed by the subordinate person. So this is kind of the approval, or from the workflow point of view. Yeah, so this is the person who has perform the activity, he sends to the next stage, and then he will the uh, approve the activity. Yeah, and with this, we have come to the end of this session, or the um, demo meeting. So, if you have any questions or if you have any doubts, we can address it.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So can we, as you say that it is a standalone application,
Yeah.
can we use AIML or such type of module for the analyzing the some uh, operation parameters of machine that you said that some means PLC points means some data we can connect with this DMC.
Yeah, we can configure the peripheral devices with the DM software. But did you mention a specific software here?
Means for is it AIML machine learning module can we use here for some parameter of that we are going out of specification or something, or there is some combination that will fail the machine or something. Can we use that type of things also here?
Mm, your machine learning is obviously there in the SAP, but if you mean to say any different specific application, that possibility I can check and I will let you know.
Yeah,
Okay.
Vikram,
Yeah.
uh, will be getting any server access for practice for DMC?
Okay. That Naveen can tell. Naveen, are you there? Hello.
Hello, Naveen.
Naveen, are you there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm there. I'm there. Hello, what's the query?
Yeah,
Yeah.
are we getting any server access like kind of a demo server for practicing?
Yes, yes, we are getting.
Okay, and that validity or something like that?
That will work on offline. I'll update you. Okay.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi Vikram. So in project, whatever the explanation you have given, are we going to do any project and you take through what you have explained so far in each and every module and get practice or how it is?
We will. Just go through the system and I will give you the information. However, I can also get a specific user case or the use case scenario where I can explain the real time situations and the scenarios.
That's what like we'll take up some
Yeah.
XYZ project and we'll go through that one, right?
Yeah, I mean, not throughout the training, but at the end, once you understand the system, then we will take a use case scenario, and then I can explain that.
Mm. Yeah, thank you.
Vikram, are we also covering DMC insights for analytical point of view for OE? Uh,
Yeah, I can show you how it will look like, but I might not be able to share from the SAC point of view, like how do we, basically define the SAC data objects and so on. But yeah, I can show you how it will look like if it is if the component is available.
but at least we do get some idea about the insights, right?
Yeah, we will definitely. In DMC, basically, we have the execution insights um, from the SAP standard point of view. So In the insights, we can get the analytical view of the execution.
Okay.
And are you going to do the real-time integrations basically with SAP and machine systems?
Mm, Is it Samir? Sorry
Yeah.
to say, but your voice is very low. I'm hardly able to hear you. Is this only with me, or anyone else is
Is it
also
audible
facing?
now?
Even we can't hear Samir properly. Samir, you can put your query in the WhatsApp.
Okay, okay.
I mean, in the chat box. Go to chat box. Okay, sorry.
Vikram, what is the duration of this course, Vikram? Because you have explained entire DM individual system only. So, what is the duration of this course?
Uh-huh. So it depends around approximately around 60 hours that we claim, but yeah, it depends, and we will let you know the duration.
Okay. And one question I earlier just asked about you regarding integration suite. You said
Uh-huh.
it is mentioned only in BTP. So when we are using SAP DMC, we don't want to use integration suites in the insights part, manufacturing insights part.
Uh,
Because
Insights.
because
That is
when I checked in, yeah, yes, when I checked in the
already
SAP,
in the.
yeah, can you hear me,
Mhm.
Vikram?
Is it? Yeah, Ashok, I can hear you.
Yes. When I checked in help portal, it is mentioned integration suite. It is a advanced suite. They were mentioned for the integration between S4 system and our SAP DMC system. But you mentioned it is only direct BTP connection is enough. So I'm a bit confused in that area.
Okay, no, you mean to say for the insights, right?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Because
So for
inside has two places, right? One place is S4 to our DM, another place is shop floor to our DM.
uh-huh. No, see,
So,
I'll explain. So, from the insights point of view, we have the SAP SAC embedded into the DM system. So, from the insights point of view, yes, we can see all these the analyticals as it is in the DM. But you mean to say the business suit, right?
yeah. No, integration suite, not business suite, integration suite.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. From the connectivity point of view, we'll need the CPI. But see, since this is clean core for any
Mhm.
customization or the connectivity, we have to have the BTP and the cloud connector. That's what I mentioned.
Okay, okay. Because I'm a bit confused. When I addressed, is it CP need to use? But you said no need. So that is why I'm a bit confused.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Hmm.
I hope you are clear now. Or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just now, I'm clear. Vikram.
okay.
And what about that system demo system access duration? Like how long we can get it exactly?
Samir, that I'll come back to you by end of the day or by Monday. Okay.
Okay, okay, no, okay. Thanks, Vikram.
So
Sure.
actually, it depends on the number of participants enrolled. Okay. So it's like a cloud tenant, right? We need to work on everyone. Okay. So we'll work
Mhm.
and we'll, yeah. Okay.
Sure, 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 sure.
All right.
Thank you
I
so much.
I hope
Thanks.
there are
Thanks,
no
everyone.
questions. If you have any questions, please feel to reach out to Naveen. And yeah, we'll see you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Vikram. Thanks for the demo. Thanks, everyone.